The person who suffers for love today is the child that never felt enough. That quote has been rocking me. And if you feel like it resonates with you on any level, then this video might actually be a little helpful, just because we're all learning, we're all going through life, and I do believe that the most beneficial part of community, the most beneficial part of being a human being is sharing each other's stories and lessons so we can learn from each other, maybe gain something from each other's perspective and stories. So with that said, thanks for tuning in. And I just like to share why that's been rocking me, that quote. I'm a performer, I'm a musician, mostly on this channel and how I like to present. But beyond being a musician who, traditionally us musicians wear showboats, we perform on a stage, we're performers, but I think the performative aspect for overachievers, for people that are not feeling like they're enough, goes far and above just what we do with our hobbies. It's also how we work. Are we workaholics? Are we pushing ourselves to be more than who we are? Like, I know that for me, I'm definitely a bit of an overachiever at my job. Not just with my music, but also I'm also a singer-songwriter for hire in a number of different genres too. And I'm also trying to go to the gym every day for at least 30 minutes. I'm trying to be very careful with my diet. Obviously it's nothing to write home about, but I do like to put a little bit of thought into how I dress and how I present myself physically. That's the whole point of clothes anyway, isn't it? Like style, but I think a lot of us are like this. Maybe some of us, maybe most of us aren't doing all the things that I've listed at once like I am, but I think a lot of us are, for the most part, really trying to be seen and heard and felt and understood. And it really comes up in love. Maybe we'll outgrow eventually the social cliques, the friend groups, the need to be accepted by family and all that. Eventually we'll hit a certain age where we'll realize how dumb all that is. But a lot of us will still find ourselves in that cycle romantically. So we'll still be peacocking. We'll still be trying to get the attention of people that don't know who we are. And even a lot of times, especially for us who are trying to fill that early childhood wound of not feeling good enough in childhood, by chasing after the attention of someone that couldn't care less about us, that doesn't want to give us the time of day. Maybe they're breadcrumbing us. Maybe they're giving us a little bit of hope, a little bit of attention. Maybe if I put this song out, or maybe if I look a certain way, or maybe if I say the right thing, or maybe whatever. And we're gaslighting ourselves into thinking that, number one, our baseline, we're not good enough. And we might almost be good enough. I think that's even more dangerous than we're not good enough, because the doom and gloom of we're not good enough, it feels like sludge, but there's some sort of conclusion there where we just write ourselves off as they're out of my league or whatever. But there's a very thin razor's edge between not being good enough and feeling too good for someone, where you're right on the edge, where you think you're almost good enough. And so that's where a lot of narcissists will keep you on a leash. And it's not anything for me to be proud of, but I was definitely breadcrumbed by multiple people for years. And I think what really snapped me out of it, overall, because every single interaction that we have with other people is very unique to that connection and to that dynamic. But if I could just zoom out and look at my whole picture, my whole life, was just realizing that I was like betraying myself in a way. I was throwing away my own self-worth, thinking that it could only exist in the eyes of another. And that sucks, because like I do so many cool things. Like, who cares if I'm not on MTV, or if I don't have X amount of money in my bank account, or if I'm not this tall, or if I'm not whatever. Who cares about any of that stuff? Because like I still have done so many cool things with my life and have accomplished many things. And these are all things that I could be proud of, that I should be proud of. You also have things in your life too, I'm sure, that you could be proud of. And you don't need to wait around for someone to finally see you for who you are. See yourself. Look in a mirror. Like, if there's things you want to change about yourself, go right ahead. But do that for you. Do that so you feel good about yourself. Who cares what someone that, like, obviously, like, put yourself out there. Shoot your shot. And if you're reciprocated, then yeah, like, there you go. But like, if you're trying to get the attention of someone who consistently doesn't give you the time of day, or consistently is just playing this cat and mouse game with you, they are not worth your time. No person on this planet is worth throwing your self-worth away for. And that's why the quote in the beginning of this video rocked me so hard, because I didn't realize that I thought that I wasn't really worth anything by chasing after the approval of these people that wanted nothing to do with me. And the ones that did only wanted to keep me in their back pocket as a backup boyfriend, or as a fantasy, a what-if scenario. Is that all I'm worth to myself, really? Like, after everything that I've been through, child abuse, my mom passed away, like, there's a lot of things in my story. And if you're curious about, like, any of the different things, I've made a whole video series. These morning talks go throughout my entire life and all the different things that I've been through. So instead of making this a super long-winded video, and just to keep it focused, stop selling yourself short. You not only most likely have been through so much, survived so much, have gone through so much character development, and also have done and or are doing so many incredible things in your life right now. Your potential is limitless. Like, if you're still alive, you have the ability to do almost anything you put your mind to. And that's the incredible potential of, like, the human spirit. Why give your power away to someone else that, number one, you probably don't even really know who they are. It's really just the fantasy of who they could be, what the dynamic could be. And the people that you do meet where the dynamic is incredible, but like they're unavailable or they're whatever, like, that's a flaw that you don't want to play with. Like, even if you do win them over, and I have like won a couple people over that I was chasing after, even when you do win them over, it's an uphill battle the whole time. You think that once you are in the relationship with that unavailable person, that they're all of a sudden going to be available to you? That unavailability carries over into the relationship, and now you're either competing with them for their attention, which is like incredibly devaluing, or you're trying really hard to be seen while you're with them, with the title of boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever. Like, Who would want to be in that? And there's no one that's worth throwing yourself away like that for. Not one of us should be anyone's backup boyfriend, should be anyone's second option or fantasy. People can fantasize about other people all they want, but if that's the only role that you're delegating yourself to, you're really doing yourself a disservice, because you deserve to be someone's primary. You deserve to be someone's main focus. And I think where that truly starts, at least in my own life, is by making myself the focus, by making myself the center of my world, instead of trying to find someone else where I could do that with them, and then maybe they'll do that with me. Well, now I'm just chasing ghosts. Now I'm just chasing ideologies. I'm just chasing a dream. And there's nothing wrong with having a dream. There's nothing wrong with having goals and standards and all that stuff. But like, maybe just like shift the focus onto you for a little bit, you know? Like, do some stuff you like to do. Spend time with people, but maybe also like try to spend some time with yourself. Like, how many of us don't even really know who we really are, right? Like, you gotta spend some time alone. Like, quality solitude, not as a punishment, but as an introspective way to get to know yourself and to like understand what you like to do, you know, when other people aren't around. I know one of my first few trips or whatever, like my very first psilocybin trip was with a partner of mine, and it was an incredible experience. And so every other time I had a psilocybin trip, whether I was with a partner or not, I wanted to share that experience with them. Not wanting to be with myself. There's nothing wrong with sharing a beautiful experience with someone else, but if the only way that you can appreciate yourself and be with yourself is to experience yourself through another person, then that's another way of doing yourself a disservice. Because if you can't stand to be in the company of yourself, by yourself, what does that say about the quality of your company? Do you really think other people would want to be in like your orbit? Like, you want to be the type of person that other people want to be around. You first got to be that type of person for yourself. Because when you're like standing in your own power and you're just enjoying your life and you're doing your own thing, all of a sudden like other people like see that, they feel that. That's like an energy, that's a frequency you're putting out, and that attracts other people that like crave that. And so, because like a lot of you watching right now, I would always look outside of myself for that feeling, for that frequency. The moment I start doing that for myself, being that for myself, all of a sudden my relationships improve, my friendships improve, even family stuff improves, because my relationship to myself changes. And once your relationship to yourself changes, your relationships to the outer world change as well. And let's be honest here, a lot of the negative, toxic relationships are not going to stand the test of that. And so be it. Let it go. Let it fall away. Some family members are not meant to be in your life. Some relationships are not meant to blossom. Some friendships are actually kind of crappy. And you gotta let the things that are not meant for you not be for you. Stop trying to force life into a shape it's not meant to be in. You could only control your reaction to things. You cannot control how everything else reacts to you. That's why I have people that really love me and have my back, and then I have people that really hate me and want nothing to do with me. And then the majority of people on the planet don't even know who I am and will never ever give me the time of day, because they'll never meet me. They'll never see me. And why should they? They have plenty of people in their lives already. Most of us do. Let's focus on our own stories. What's going on in our own lives? So I just want to hop on here after sitting with this quote for a while and share some of my own, introspectives with you guys. And let me know in the comments how you plan, if you already are, taking your own power back and bringing the focus back onto you. And let's share some of those journeys and stories together.